I'm here with Stan Justice. He is a 6-time Equinox Marathon champion and the holder of the Equinox Marathon course record set in 1984. And just checking with Stan to see if he has any wonderful memories or advice, anything like that. So, Stan, first off, what are your memories of your record run in 1984?
Well, I just remember the conditions being ideal because it had rained hard leading up to the race, so everything was wet. And then the night before the race, it went down into the teens or 20s or something, and everything froze just rock hard. And it was a very solid course. It was not slippery. It was in really good condition.
Cool. And was that as fit as you've ever been for the race, or?
I think so. I think I was in very good condition, and was excited to be chasing the record.
Did you have any company in that race, or were you on your own
Not
most
that
of the
I
time?
recall. I think I was pretty much by myself, pretty much the whole race.
And I think that was the one where you did the out and back in about 29 minutes, less than 29 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you were winning the race on a regular basis and running record times, what was the strongest point of your race? Were you better ups, downs, around corners?
It was uphills. Alan Doyle could beat me on the steep downhills, but going uphill, I'd get on the dome, and then I would lead everybody. Usually going on the uphills.
Do you remember how many times you and Bob Murphy went head-to-head in the marathon?
No, I don't really remember how many times we raced together. The amazing thing about Bob's record is his first win was way before my first win. His last win was way after my last win.
I think it was 1974 and 1994.
Amazing longevity
that
Bob Murphy had. And I was just a flash in the frying pan in the middle there,
Well, between you have 11 of the 12 fastest times, so I wouldn't say that's a flash in the pan.
Time-wise.
Yeah. Did you run in college and high school?
Yes, I ran in high school. I was 4th in state in Colorado for my senior year in high school.
Where'd you go to high school?
Lincoln High School in Denver, Colorado.
Yep.
And that got me a scholarship, a small scholarship, to go to the University of Colorado in Boulder, where I ran on the track team, cross-country team for CU. I didn't do spectacularally well in collegiate athletics, but I made the team for 4 years.
All right. And when was do you remember what year you last ran the Equinox?
No, I don't remember,
but it's been a few years?
It's quite a long time. Yeah.
But since then, you've stayed involved.
Yes, I stayed involved in the race, and particularly this year and all the reroutes, and have been working on those.
Yeah, and you're retired now?
Retired, yeah.
How long ago did you retire?
Been retired for like 12 years.
From DOT?
From Department of Environmental Conservation.
DEC, yeah.
DEC.
All right.
Potable water regulation.
All right.
DEC.
What, over the time that you've been in Fairbanks and aware of the Equinox Marathon, are there any big changes that you've seen?
Oh, seems like there's more people coming to the race these days, and it's great to see more involvement and more people out there walking the course and running the course. And, it's great to see.
And do you think your record is breakable?
Very much so. I think the only reason that record stands is because the Kenyan that was in town, I forget his name now, but he broke every record in town, and came to the Equinox, and it was too cold for him to run, so he didn't run it.
I think that was Moses Waweru.
Moses, right? Yeah. And then the other Kenyan that came from the University of Anchorage, and broke the half marathon record by 4 minutes. Broke Moses' record by 4 minutes. And he's not going to come run the Equinox because he's in collegiate athletics. So I think there's a lot of people out there that could definitely challenge that record. You just look at Patrick Cross, the person who holds the second fastest time. He'd never run a marathon. He couldn't run trails. He fell down 3 times during the race, and he still holds the second fastest time. So there's people out there that could break that record.
Do you remember that 1983 race against Pat Cross?
And Audude Enstad was also
Right.
in there for the first part of the race.
Yeah.
And,
Where did Pat pull away from you in that race?
it was he pulled away from every time he got on pavement. I mean, we'd lose him. We'd get on trails, and he'd be off the back. You know, we wouldn't see him, and we'd get on pavement, and there he would be again. He'd go by us. You know? And so it was, you know, coming down Henderson, I thought we'd never see him again. But once we were on Henderson, he was there and went right by, and
That was all she wrote?
that was all she wrote. Just followed him to the finish line.
Well, there's a chance he's thinking at least a little bit about coming up for the 50th, so maybe
Yeah, that'd be great to see
you'll
him.
see him again.
And,
All right. Well, thank you very much, Stan. Stan Justice, Equinox Marathon record holder for the men's run. And Stan will be out there this year on race day at race marshal at the race crossings and just helping out at the railroad crossings and helping out in a general way. Thank you, Stan.
thank you, John, for all you've done for the race.
All right.